So hopefully this is the last part of the tutorial on how to design the SumoBot. And basically what we're left with is, this design here. You can design it any way you want. You can have spoilers on here. You can start adding all sorts of things, headlights and air intakes. You decide. It could be, you could even have this design so it covers the wheels, but it's completely up to you. So what we're going to do is a couple things now. One is we're going to add on the top of this, we need to add a strain relief, a hole for where the mouse cord is going to go to control this. I'm going to go open. Okay, and the first thing I'm going to do is on the top, I'm just going to click on extrude, and I'm going to go sketch view. And I'm just going to go to add a hole. The first hole I'm going to do is pretty simple. So just one simple one like this, rotate like this. I'm just going to expand. And I only need this to be, I don't know, maybe 0.25, a quarter of an inch high. And now I'm going to hit OK. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on top of it again. Okay, and now I'm going to hit extrude, and I'm going to make a smaller hole. And that smaller hole is going to be here. And let me zoom into this. I'm going to leave it in 3D. I'm going to hit sketch, select, and what I want is, I want enough room for a mouse cord. And a mouse cord is, somewhere between 0.1 and 0.2 of an inch. It all depends on the size of the mouse cord. So I'm going to leave this at maybe, I don't know, 0.15. Okay, hit OK, and this time I'm actually going to go through the material, reverse it, and remove the material. And now you can see there's a hole all the way through. So that part is done. Okay, now if I just go save it, and you kind of get the idea what's going to happen, close it, and now it is there. Now the last part is I need to put some screw holes. Okay, because I need to be able to screw the base and the chassis together. And this one's actually pretty simple too. It's almost exactly like the base from earlier. So I'm going to take the body, open it as usual. Okay, I'm going to go right away from the bottom view. So I'm going to go to bottom. Okay, and what I want to do is add some screw holes in here. Okay, now if I remember back when, I know the distances of how far, so we're just going to go for it. So I'm going to take and click this top edge. Oops, let's grab this edge right there. Okay, there we go, it's dark green. I'm going to hit extrude. Okay, I'm going to add a couple holes now, or one hole, and I'm just going to put it out here. Okay, and because I've done everything the same way, it lets me actually do this pretty good. So I'm going to go 0.2 is my hole, and now I know from here to the edge in my last one, so if I go to normal, I know from here to here on my body, or sorry, on my chassis was 0.2, so I'm going to put 0.2, and I know that from the center to up here was also 0.2. Now I do this and I go, well, that hole really isn't meshing with the edge yet, so I'm going to change this to maybe 0.25. So there we go. So it kind of gets a good, meat in there to actually hold it in place. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and say, okay, I want it to go mirror it. So I'm going to add a center line. Okay, there's my center line. So now I can select this guy, and I can go mirror across the center line. Okay, and I might as well right away while I'm doing this, I might as well put the third one in. So I'm going to go to down here somewhere, and I remember the distance. So first off, I'm going to make the same size. Okay, I'll go select, and I remember the distance from here, I know dimension, from the top here to the center of this, I remember it was 3.8. Put 3.8 here. So it puts it in place. I'm going to hit OK. Okay, so now I got those holes. I'm going to reverse the direction, and I'm going to not remove material, but I'm going to make it go through to the bottom. Okay, now what that does, it doesn't bring it out through the other side, and I'm going to hit OK. Okay, so there's my holes there for screwing down in place, and then I'm going to do exactly this one again. So I'm going to select this top surface. Whoops, hang on a second. Let's select the top surface. Try that again. There we go. Oops, come on. Let's zoom into here somewhere else. So there we go. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to do an extrude, and I'm going to make the holes for the screws to go into. Okay, and the holes for the screws, they happen to be, and now you see I got no displays on, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my displays, I'm going to go axis on. Okay, and now I can draw a circle basically right on that axis. So if I hold the Alt key down, nope, I'm just going to go to the center. So zoom in, okay, and right in the center there, and I'm going to say that's supposed to be 0.11. Okay, and again, once again, I'm actually going to take that and do my dimension, go from this edge to the center, and I want it to be 0.2. And I want to make sure that I do this, because if I don't do this, you actually can mess up if you start changing things. 0.2. Okay, add my center line, just like before. Okay, highlight it, mirror it, cross the center line. That one's done. Okay, and then down here, I'm going to put my circle, and I did the same size as that. I can hit OK. Okay, so now I got those. Now my screws are only 1/2 inch long, so I'm going to go 0.5, and I'm going to change direction, move material. I'm going to make sure that didn't come out the top. No, it didn't. Okay, and I'm going to hit OK. So now I have my holes to screw it down in place. Okay, if I want to make this maybe stronger or thicker, I can do that. I can change anything anytime I want, and you've figured that out by now. And I'm just going to hit save. I'm going to hit close. And then now when I do this, I should, when I go to the bottom, okay, I'm going to do a bottom view. When I zoom in, I should have, there you go, there's my holes. And if I go and do hidden, you can see all my holes line up there. Okay, my holes line up there, my holes line up there. So go back to shading with edges, and there we go. There's kind of my completed SumoBot. Kind of cool. Now all I gotta do is get it ready for 3D printing, which is going to be the next tutorial.